In the 125 or so years vehicles have been on the road, the world has seen some interesting, unique, and downright wacky vehicles. Some were ahead of their time. Many served specific needs, and some, well, should never have left the drawing board. Here are 11 strange and unique vehicles you didn't know existed. By the way, make sure to click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our engaging videos, and use that trigger finger by smashing the like button. Now, let's get into it. Number 11, Popemobile. Some of the weirder vehicles you'll find in the world are the various cars used to transport the head of the Roman Catholic Church on his travels across the globe. Most of the Popemobiles are heavily modified versions of production cars that allow the Pope to be seen by crowds. Many of the Popemobiles are modified Mercedes-Benz M-Class and G-Class SUVs customized with elevated platforms and surrounded with bulletproof glass. Popes often use locally produced vehicles when he visits foreign countries. In South Korea, it was a Kia Sorento, while on a US trip, a Jeep Wrangler and 500L have been used. The current Popemobile used in the Vatican is a modified Dacia Duster SUV. For daily tasks, Pope Francis prefers more austere transportation. He's been seen using an aging Ford Focus or a 1984 Renault 4 GTL on the streets of the Vatican. Number 10, 1956 BMW Isetta. The car that became the BMW Isetta started as an Italian-designed bubble car produced by the ISO company in the early 1950s. Powered by a petite engine that just made 9.5 horsepower, the original Isetta had 2 wheels up front and 2 closely spaced wheels in the back. Its look wasn't its defining feature. There were no side doors on the Isetta. Instead, you opened it like a refrigerator. The front of the car swung open on a side hinge, dashboard and all. It had a single 2-person bench seat. BMW took over the production of the Isetta in 1955. They refined the car and boosted its engine power to a whopping 13 horsepower. More than 161,000 Isettas were sold over the car's production life. Number 9, 1959 Cadillac Cyclone XP74. The 1959 Cadillac Cyclone concept was one of Harley Earl's iconic designs. Between a pair of rocket ship-like pods sat a glass bubble over the car's cabin. With only a thin strip of chrome at the top of the windshield, the driver had a near 360-degree view. You could turn the car into a convertible by simply flipping the back half of the canopy into the trunk. Instead of traditional doors, the Cyclone's doors slid backwards like a modern minivan. Because it lacked roll-down windows, GM's engineers provided an intercom to communicate with people outside the car. While the car never made it to production, one of its features is now commonplace. The Cyclone featured a radar system that scanned the road ahead, alerting the driver to things in front of the car. That's what the forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking systems do for drivers today. Number 8, 1962 Peel P50. The 1962 Peel P50 was the smallest production car in the world. It's only 41 inches wide and 54 inches long. Peel built 50 of the vehicles between 1962 and 1965, with only 27 originals known to still exist. It seats 1, with room left for a bag of groceries. There's 1 headlight, 1 wiper, and a single door. In 2016, an original sold at a Florida auction for $176,000. Top Gear presenter Jeremy Clarkson, now a host of Amazon's The Grand Tour, famously drove a Peel P50 and through BBC headquarters. Peel now builds a replica version of the P50, which you can buy either assembled or as a kit. You have a choice of power plants, including gasoline engines with between 3.5 and 8.5 horsepower or a 2-horsepower electric motor. Number 7, Vision Mercedes Simplex. There aren't many concept cars on this list, but we just had to include the 2019 Vision Mercedes Simplex. Its shape is an homage to the 1901 race car that first carried the Mercedes name, modernized with today's technology and materials. The original Mercedes 35 PS race car dispensed with the carriage-like designs of other vehicles and pioneered the front engine layout with the motor placed low in the chassis and its 2-passenger bench behind. The Vision Mercedes Simplex features a digital display with a rose gold surround reminiscent of the original car in place of a grille. The display can show the original Mercedes logo in script or information about the vehicle's alternative fuel powertrain. Number 6, 1936 Bugatti Type 57S. Italian car designers Ettore Bugatti and his son Jean Bugatti were not known for their subtlety. The pair chased luxury to its excess, producing some of the most decadent and hotly coveted cars of their era. The Type 57S was an indulgence in almost every aspect, from its 3.3 engine that attained a max speed of 90 miles per hour to its split front axle, which gave it the ability to function independently. Number 5. 1973 Reliant Robin. The Reliant Robin was another car that gained new followers thanks to its mistreatment by Top Gear presenter Jeremy Clarkson. In the show, the fiberglass body three-wheeler was rigged to flop on its side every time it took a turn. By fiberglass body three-wheeler, we're referring to the Reliant Robin, not Clarkson. The car was in production in England from 1973 to 1981 and revived for another run from 1989 to 2001. Its design was devised as a way for Englanders to drive a car with only a motorcycle license. It seated 4, though not comfortably, and could reach speeds of 85 miles per hour. It's the second highest selling fiberglass car in history, with 63,000 sold. It only trails the Chevrolet Corvette. Number 4. 1974 Vanguard Sebring City Car. If your neighbor thinks they're an early adopter when they pull into the cul-de-sac in their shiny new Tesla, you can tell them that they're not even close. In the early 20th century, electric cars were common. In 1975, the Vanguard Sebring City Car hit US roads. By today's standards, though, the city car was horrible. Early models had electric motors that only produced 3.5 horsepower, a number eclipsed by many lawnmowers. The Tesla Model S can launch from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 2.4 seconds. The city car couldn't get there at all, with its top speed of 40 miles an hour. For the time, its range of 40 miles on a single charge was considered decent. City car buyers who waited for later models were rewarded with more potent performance. The motor was upgraded to 6 horsepower, and the car's top speed rose to 45 miles per hour. Number 3. GM LeSabre. At the time of its unveiling in 1951, the GM LeSabre dominated car shows all around the country with its innovative design flourishes. General Motors' concept vehicle incorporated elements from airplanes, such as tail fins that went on to become a standard design feature on other vehicles in the 50s. Influential auto designer Harley Earl dreamed up the sleek LeSabre, and it even became his personal car for a number of years. While the vehicle never reached the general public, it integrated numerous design features, including the aluminum 215 V8 engine and a rear-mounted transmission. Number 2. Ouf Electrique. Paul Arzens was a maverick in the field of locomotives before he became interested in the design of automobiles. He developed numerous quirky cars, perhaps none so notable as the Ouf Electrique, translated as the electric egg. The miniature oddity proved to be an early experiment in electric cars due to its electric motor that boasted a modest range from 44 to 63 miles per hour. Number 1. Messerschmitt KR200. Designed by famed aeronautical engineer Fritz Fend, the Messerschmitt KR200 is one of the most prominent oddities in the history of the automobile. German airplane manufacturer Messerschmitt produced roughly 40,000 of the bubble-shaped vehicles from 1955 to 1964. The bite-sized car was notable for only having 3 wheels and a huge bar for steering instead of a wheel. Which among these vehicles do you think is the strangest and most unique? Let us know in the comments section below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we can continue giving you the best content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.